Who should go to sales training? I'm Sylvan Bell. It's May 27, 2017, 2:18 in the afternoon. Perfect day to talk about sales. And I get this a lot when people find out that I do sales training. They'll say, hey Scott, I want my people to train, but I don't really know what I should do. So I put this whole series together about ways that can help you out. And you got to know that in a sales training process, it really works out to be something like this. 40% of the people in the room won't be there in the next year. The next 40% of the people in the room, they're pretty good at what they do. And then somewhere between 10 and 20% are your really good performers in the building. They're going to be the people who make the most amount of sales. And in a group of 10 salespeople, you're going to have one top dog. You're going to have a guy who's pretty close but far behind him in a second position. Then everybody else is going to straggle behind for the most part. That's going to happen. Now, I got to tell you, in a group of 10 salespeople, there's probably one person in that group that shouldn't ever go to sales training because he should be the person who's being asked to lead the sales process. And so, there's a lot of times where I get called into a building and they say, hey, can you come train our sales guys? And the guys who are the most difficult and the guys who are the most problematic are the guys who are not going to be around in the next 6 to 12 months. And a lot of the focus ends up going to them and it wastes a ton of time in the room. So if you're having a trainer come in or if you're doing training yourself, you need to set some ground rules. You need to set some expectations of what's going on. And if you have people who are that much of a problem and that much of an issue, maybe it's best for them not to be there if you don't plan on being there in the future to begin with, okay? And the reason I bring this up is they become a distraction in the sales process. They eat up a bunch of time. They ask a lot of hypothetical questions that never happen. Like on a Wednesday on a full moon, if I stub my toe getting out of a bed and the buyer says this, what do I do? Right? That type of person who's constantly looking for excuses why they're not closing, unless you really believe that they can make it and that they're going to get the coaching that they need and you're going to give them the coaching that they need. But there's times where they're just there to make the bare minimum. They're just there to have a placeholder for a job. They haven't bought in. It's not what they're going to do for the future, right? Why have that person show up? Why bring them along to the party when they're the wrong person to bring? So it's just sometimes not everybody in your organization is a good fit, right? People call me, they pay me, and they say, hey, we got this many guys. I'm like, great, it's this much money. And they go, well, I got this guy who's a problem. I'm like, well, you got to make a decision because if he's coming, you're going to pay me. But I'm going to deal with him. And you just got to know that I don't put up with crap from people. If he's going to be a problem, I'm going to throw it right back at him. All right, well, maybe I'm not going to bring him. Like, okay, well, then we'll just take him out and I won't charge you for him. So just know, if you're a manager or you're a sales trainer and you're just learning this from the very beginning, look, I'm giving you a roadmap. I'm helping you out. There's people who are in the process that just do not belong. And if you're a sales manager and that guy's there, you got to make some decisions. Or that girl, you got to make some decisions. Do I want this person on my team or not? Because you're not doing yourself any favor by keeping him around because he's going to destroy or she's going to destroy morale. Right? Everybody's looking like that person's wasting leads or wasting time. They ask stupid questions that really don't mean anything. And when I say stupid questions, right, by all means, ask questions. But if you get caught up in things that are never going to happen, someone's got to call them out on it and say, hey, look, you're playing in the wrong field. We got to move things along. There you go. Now, if you could do a small favor for me in the box down below, leave a comment, question, or story, that'd be fantastic. To the right, to the left, there is a subscribe button. You know what you got to do. You got to subscribe. And then last of all, you can send it out to all your friends via StumbleUpon, Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Why not even LinkedIn? Sylvan Bell. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Aloha.